If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to build a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. What is up, people? This is your boy Mark Smith, rolling up here with another episode of Real Vibes, man. Episode 2. I hope y'all are doing good tonight. Hope you are blessed, had a blessed day. You know, sending positive vibes your way, who's ever listening. Yeah, man, doing good. It's been a blessed day. I want to come on here and talk to y'all about mental health. I know mental health is a very sensitive topic for most people, including myself. I've had my fair share of depression, anxiety, and stuff of that nature, and a decline in my mental health. From a child to a teenager, and growing up, and I feel like it's made me into a stronger person today. Going through all that struggle of trying to get my mind right, trying to get to a certain level of, what's the word I'm looking for? A certain level of feeling better about myself, about my situation, and trying to raise my life higher and doing things that make me feel good, that let me know, I'm getting better at this. I've got better at handling these certain types of emotions. I've got better of acting on my emotions and keeping them in check, in control. And I feel like that's what the whole basis of mental health is: the state of being, the state of mind, and how we feel, how we think, and act, and the choices that we make, and the emotions that we feel, how we act on those emotions really determines where our head is at, So I just want to break it down from positive to negative signs of mental health, and the signs, and early warning signs. Let y'all know that mental health is real. It's a real thing, and a lot of people struggle with with the negative aspects of it. It's our emotional, our psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we feel, think, and act. It also determines how we handle stress and relate to others and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood through adulthood. And over the course of your life, if you experience mental health problems, your thinking, your mood, and behavior could be affected. Different things from your upbringing, how you were raised from childhood, and life experiences that you have been through, situations, with family, and, bullying in school, abuse, verbal, physical abuse from, in your household, household, my bad, drug abuse from your parents, It could stem from all those different things that really could affect your mental health growing up. And a lot of factors contribute to mental health problems include, biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, life experiences such as trauma or abuse. As I mentioned, for physical and verbal abuse or drug abuse from your parents. Family, it could be from a family history of mental health problems. And now talking about the signs of it, if you're not sure if someone is living with mental health problems, experiencing one or more of the following feelings or behaviors can be an early warning sign of a problem, such as eating or sleeping too much or too little, pulling away from people and usual activities, having low or no energy, feeling numb or feeling like nothing really matters, nothing's really, excites you or intrigues you. You're just feeling kind of lifeless and just going through your usual routine of life, the same boring, rhythmatic pattern of life, and having unexplained aches and pains, feeling helpless or hopeless, smoking, drinking, or using drugs more than usual, drug abuse, feeling unusually confused, forgetful, or on edge, angry, upset, worried, or scared. You're overwhelmed. You're thinking way too much of what people think of you, the opinions, and your thoughts tend to take over. Your thoughts are kind of like that parasite that tells you you can't accomplish this goal. You can't do what you set out you were going to do. And that parasite is really in your way. That happens to be your thoughts, people. And if I'm you, I want to kill that parasite. I want to kick its ass and tell that parasite to get the fuck out. Get out of my way. You're not blocking me from my visions. You're not blocking me from my goals. You don't control this mind. You don't control my mindset. I do. I'm in control. And it can be hard at first, like getting rid of that parasite. Because we think a lot. We just don't know it. We have tons of thoughts in our head. And sometimes we're not aware of our thoughts. We're not aware of the negative things that we are thinking inside. And how much effect it can have on us. And now moving on to different, warning signs. Like yelling or fighting with family and friends. Experiencing severe mood swings that cause problems in relationships. Having persistent thoughts and memories you can't get out of your head. Like I talked about with the parasite. Always in your head, always in your ear telling you something that you don't need to be hearing. Telling you that you can't, you're not good enough. Telling you you'll never be good at anything. Telling you you're not cool, you're not popular, you're not pretty enough. For you ladies out there, that parasite could be telling you need to wear more makeup. Because without makeup, you're not pretty enough. It feeds off of our insecurities. That's the whole purpose of a parasite, is draining our energy, feeding off our insecurities. And when we usually gain a certain level of momentum and wanting to accomplish our goals, chasing those goals, there's always that parasite popping up out of nowhere, always in our way, putting roadblock after roadblock in our way, but always in our mind telling us it's not possible, it's impossible, you'll never achieve it. You don't deserve to live that type of lifestyle. You know? And we tend to give into the parasite. We tend to let the parasite take over the very core of our mind. And that's why most of us, we just give up. We don't chase after that goal. We don't take action. We don't do what we say that we were going to do. All because of a stupid parasite got into our ear and told us it was impossible. Your dream is impossible. Your goals are unattainable. You have to examine how you feel. Examine how powerful the parasite can be. Right? How are you feeling? You know, how do you feel when someone tells you can't do something? And you know deep down you've told yourself, your conscience has told you you can do it. You can be more than what you see yourself as. Right? Nothing can hold you back but you. You have a choice. You can let that parasite knock you down. You can let that parasite tell you can't, or you can tell the parasite, "Hey yo, get up out my way. Get out of my way. You don't know a damn thing. You don't know what I can't do or what I cannot do. You don't know my capabilities." And once you start to challenge the parasite, you're in the process of defeating the parasite that's been holding you back. You start to gain momentum. You start to realize that this parasite can't hold you back. The things it's been telling you that's been causing your depression, that's been causing you anxiety, you start to realize that this has no power over you. It's just an anonymous voice in your ear, in your head. And here's the thing about that. You are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are just a figmentation of your imagination. That's all it is. The negative aspect. All it is thoughts. Thoughts do not have any control over your action, over your mindset, unless you let it have control over your mindset. Now for me, I was in that place of, yes, this parasite was controlling everything about me, my whole image. It fed off my insecurities, my incapabilities, my disadvantages. It will use that to hold you back, put a stranglehold on your life. And that's what you want to get out of. You want to get out of that stranglehold. You want to get out of that prison mindset, right? And prison mindset, that's a good one. The problem is we all live in our own mind, in a prison of our own mind. And for some reason, some of us cannot escape that prison. So I want to talk to y'all about how we can defeat the parasite. How we get out of that prison of mindset. And, I can really discuss more about defeating the parasite in more episodes to come. I don't want to be on here much longer, but I really want to make y'all understand the power of our mental health, from positive aspects to negative aspects. And so far, I've only touched base on the negative aspects, the parasite, the prison mindset. Hearing voices and believing things that are not true about yourself. The inability to perform daily tasks like taking care of your kids or, getting to work or school. Just those things hanging over your head that you really don't want to do. But it's not just doing those things, it's about how it makes you feel. How do you feel about doing the basic, doing the normal routine every day? Because I'll be honest, I'm there right now. But I found things outside of the box, outside of my usual norm, to work on and to progress at and get better and build a life for myself that I can be proud of looking back when I get old. And it's all about realizing your full potential, what you can do, what you can achieve, in this world, in this 3D matrix, I like to call it. And moving on to the positive aspects, positive mental health, we all have to realize what we can do, our full potential. Potential is already in us. Greatness is already in us. We just have to have the mindset, train our mindset to think that way. And cope with the stresses of life. Coping is a big factor in how you deal with the struggles of life. How you cope with your depression and anxiety. Coping is very vital to you defeating the parasite, the prison mindset. And I'll tell you right now, drinking, abusing drugs is definitely not the way to cope with the stress. It's not the way. The way to cope with those things, I feel like, is to challenge yourself physically, mentally, do the things you don't usually do. Very important to step out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself more often. And setting your goals higher, your standards higher. Work productively. I'm not just talking about, waking up every morning, getting dressed for a 9-to-5 shift. I'm not talking about a job. I'm talking about what you do outside of work. Like working on yourself physically, your physical health, how you eat, working out, going to the gym, possibly yoga. Maybe doing outside work, like voluntary work. Working for a facility, working for a rehabilitation facility, just volunteering for for certain things, and working on a website that you wanted to create for a while now, and you're doing everything in your power to, put that website out there, and, working on it every single day nonstop. What you do with your time, and being productive of your growth and progression, things that move the needle in your life, and making meaningful contributions to your to your community, to your neighborhood, helping people in time of need, giving back is very important. Taking care of yourself spiritually, getting on another level of growth, and saying to yourself that I can get through this, I can beat this, I can, take this parasite down. I can kill it, I can destroy it. Nothing's gonna hold me back. You gotta have that mentality of not caring what people think and just doing things that make you feel uncomfortable. But it's right for your progression. It's right for your life. Because it's going to make you better at the end of the day. It's going to move the needle. We all have different ways of how we cope, with our mental health, depression and anxiety. I'll jump more into depression and anxiety on a separate episode, because I have a lot to say about those two topics alone. There's ways to maintain a positive mental health. Getting professional help if aka a therapist. Me personally, I never needed a therapist to, help get rid of my depression or anxiety. It was more of perseverance. I'll go with perseverance, and that willingness to overcome, and that willingness to be more. I think the key and the secret recipe for me, and y'all can apply this too, if you're going through the same thing, like depression, you see a decline in your mental health, I think the secret recipe to really overcome it is to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that I deserve to be more than what I am today, what I am right now. I deserve to be somewhere more meaningful than where I'm at right now. I deserve more, and I'm going to achieve more, and I'm going to be better, be a better person than the person I was yesterday. Also, having a conversation with yourself in the mirror. And I know that's very tough to do. That was one of the hardest things, I'll tell you right now, that was one of the hardest things in my life to do, was talking to myself in the mirror. And I was uncomfortable. I was just, I didn't know what to say. I was very silent for a couple minutes, and then something clicked in me, and a different person, a different human just kind of came out of me. a new attitude, a new vibration came alive. And basically you have to be honest and truthful about your past and the things you dealt with and how you were, the losses that you have took, and be real about where you were in the past and how you may have treated someone a certain type of way, or how somebody treated you a certain type of way. Be real about your insufficiencies and your shortcomings, because once you bring that into the fold, you acknowledge the hurt, the pain to yourself, you start to see a shift in your battle with the parasite, your battle with the prison mindset. And how just acknowledging and being truthful about your past, your story, speaking your truth can go a long way in overcoming your decline in mental health, your depression, anxiety, and etc. And it's just it's a hard thing to do once you start, but as you go every day coping with these positive guides and getting in the rhythm of speaking motivation, inspiration, and realism into your life, into your own life, speaking your authentic, true self. Doing that every single day, telling yourself that you deserve more, you deserve to be better, and you want to be better. Those things alone is what's going to destroy the parasite. Because really, the parasite does not want to hear those things come out of your mouth. Because once you say it to yourself, it's embedded in your mind now. Because once you speak positivity in your life, your mind will process all that positive energy, and that's and you go about your day, your life, walking with that vibration, that energy, that spunk, walking with that purpose, that fire in your heart, in your mind, your soul, that you are great, that you deserve more, and that you can be better than what society puts you on, than what the world has seen you as. You're better than the expectations. You're better than what people have thought you were, And I can't help people. I mean, I can't cure anybody's depression or anxiety. Okay, I can't do that. I can't actually do that. I'm not a therapist. I'm nothing of that nature. Trust me, I'm not. But speaking through my own experiences and how I dealt with things like this, depression, anxiety, the parasite, I have utilized those coping tools to get through it and overcome it. And like I said, it's just about preservation and speaking positivity into your life, that's how you will get over that hump, over that hill. But I want to give y'all a guide, and hopefully, be that voice that moves the needle, that kind of, begins the shift, and, you're losing battle with the parasite. I hope that I can be that beacon of hope, that beacon of light, right? And I just hope that I came off, very helpful and very enlightening to whoever is listening, of who could be going through the same thing, right? And I feel like it's my mission to come on here and give my insight, give my experience, share my experiences, and hopefully give a helping hand to who's ever going through the same situation. Because, like I said, it's very tough defeating depression. And, once it, sometimes you may defeat it and it comes back again, and you beat it again, but it keeps coming back, it keeps popping up. Certain things that happen could trigger that. But, I want to help those who are in need of going through that struggle. And there's a way to defeat that parasite. And it's all about how you cope with those struggles, and not turning a blind eye and not folding in those times of struggle, but remaining hopeful and remaining faithful, and believing in the Lord, believe in yourself, most importantly, that you can get through it, that you can defeat it. It's not you, it's the parasite. But once the parasite is there, it's up to you if you want to let the parasite knock you down, or you tell it to get the hell out of your mind, right? You tell it to get it out of your way. You tell that parasite, get up out of my way. This is my time. This is my moment. This is my life. And I'm not about to waste years and years of my life listening to what you have to say. Listen to all the negative things you have to say to me, because you can't hold me down. You can't restrain me. You can't anchor my life. You can't hold me back, because I have you all figured out. I have you scared. I have you on edge. I have you worried. I have you upset. I have you angry. I have you confused, because I have decided to bring light into my life and to bring a whole different feeling and energy and this attitude that I know I deserve more in life, and I'm going to accomplish my goals. I'm going to attain them no matter what. It don't matter who's in my way. It don't matter who's telling me what. It's about the goal, how I'm going to get there, how I'm going to achieve it, and staying focused, staying committed, staying determined, stay strong, and stay true to yourself. That's it. That for me, that is how you defeat the parasite. And like I said, I know it's a hard thing to do. It's a challenge. It's a very challenging fight. but practice it every single day. Tell yourself positive things. Love yourself to the fullest. Get on board with, your goals, man. Get on board with your progression and your growth. And you'll start to see a change. You will start to see a shift in your energy and how you move, how you talk. From experience, I've seen that shift. I've seen that change. And you'll start to look at yourself in a whole different light, man. But I've been on here for quite a while now, 35 minutes in. Yeah, man. Mental health is it's pretty much a world in its own way, and pretty much to sum it all up, it's a challenge to overcome, and you have to have your mind right at all times. You have to have your social well-being and your psychological and your emotional thoughts. Put them all in check, because you cannot let those things get in the way of your purpose, your goals, and your dreams. Because once you have the mental health thing down packed, you have it controlled on lockdown, honestly, nothing can stop you. Nothing can hold you back from achieving more. And I hope this topic today on this episode of Real Vibes, I hope it helps you in your path to your goals, accomplishing more in your life. I hope it can, what I'm saying now, speak some light and some hope into your situation. And that's why I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. Evidently, at the end of the day, that's what I'm here to do, is bring some light, hope, and enlighten you folks here tonight. And, someone inspire a younger generation. And, if you or a loved one is, going under severe depression, anxiety, and obviously the thoughts of, suicide, get help right away. Call somebody, not just call somebody, but talk to that person, right? Be there for that person, even if that person tells you, yeah, I'm okay, I'm doing okay. Still figure out and know that person is actually not okay deep down. Get to the thick of things and get to the bottom, get to the root of the issue, and be there for that person in time of need. Because they may tell you something, they may tell you that they're okay, but deep down they're on an outcry for help. And you being there for them at that given time can be a big change, a big shift, and them getting the help that they need. Talk more to your family members, talk more to your friends. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them if they need anything. Ask them, hey, if you need anything, I got you. Be, if you have to sacrifice your pride, sacrifice whatever that you're doing to be there for that good friend, be there for that family member, do it. Because you may not think it, you may not realize it, but you're being that, you are that hope for them. You are that light for them, right? You are actually helping their situation out a lot more by just being there and kind of kind of bringing up the conversation, right? And and if you are thinking that, definitely call somebody. Call National Suicide Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 to talk about what you're going through, talk about your situation, talk about the things you're feeling. Don't keep it. The more you keep it bottled up inside, the more it's going to get worse. And your voice matters. Your situation matters. Your life matters. It does. You just have to make that first step and take the initiative to be heard and get the help that you need, because there is no weakness in getting help. There is no weakness in vulnerability. Showing vulnerability is one of the strongest things you can possibly do. One of the most powerful things you can do is show vulnerability and show. It's not being weak. It's not. It's admitting that your life matters. Your situation really sucks, and you want to get the help that you can possibly get. And yeah, like I said, the best thing to do is to get your voice heard. Talk to someone that you love, a parent, a friend, whoever, because the more you keep it bottled up, the more it's gonna get worse. And I know I'm kind of repeating myself here a little bit, but yeah, that kind of thing is very important to me, and it's a very sensitive topic for me personally. So, I just want to send all y'all the best of luck in your future, your goals, and whatever you want to accomplish. You can do it. You can freaking do it. There is nothing that you cannot accomplish in life with having the right mindset. Nobody can tell you different. Nobody can tell you otherwise. You are here to be more, do more, achieve more. You're here to kill it in life, man. So if there's anybody that's listening tonight, I just want to say I appreciate you for tuning in for another episode of Real Vibes. Yeah, man. Definitely time to wrap this episode up. It was enlightening talking about mental health. I want to definitely jump into more about our mental health and different ways we can fix it, and better solutions, and how we can overcome the struggle and whatnot, and different side effects, different factors, and like depression, anxiety. I'll definitely talk more about that in the next episode. But yeah, it's been quite the talk with y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next episode of Real Vibes. Hope you guys have a blessed and safe night. Stay healthy, man. Keep vibing higher. Keep being hopeful, faithful. Stay positive, man, because your situation will get better once you start to cope. Once you cope better with where you're at and who you are right now and where you want to go, and tell yourself the positive things that you want to tell yourself, and the parasite in your mind is not letting you forget the parasite. Tell that parasite to get up out your way. Right? So it's yeah, man, time to wrap this up. Hope you all have a good night. And I'll see y'all on the next episode of Real Vibes. Have a great night. Peace.